everybody, and welcome to my classroom. We're doing this virtually this year. Welcome to Open House. I'm so sorry that I couldn't meet with you guys over WebEx. I had a night class that I just couldn't get out of. So I want to welcome you guys to my 2020-2021 school year. So this year I will be teaching chemistry honors, marine science. I have leadership as well. If you're here for leadership, you should be in Miss Bundrick's room at the appropriate time. And then AP environmental science. So if your child is not in one of these courses, then you might not be watching the right video. So what are my classroom expectations? I expect everybody to be respectful, regardless if they are online or face-to-face. They should be respectful towards each other, towards my classroom, and then towards me. No cell phones unless all of their work is done or if we're specifically doing something on our cell phones. And then for my face-to-face students, just please, if I'm up talking, don't be on your phone. Make sure you're checking eCampus Skyward and your email. eCampus specifically, I update almost every day. So make sure that you are keeping track of everything on eCampus. For my face-to-face students, sorry, you must sign in and out to leave. Make sure that my students, they know this. There's no more than 2 students at a time. Please don't leave if I'm teaching. Don't leave the first 5 and the last 5. And then we have lots of sanitizer, and then I also, because our room is connected to the lab, we have sinks with access to soap and water if they need to wash their hands, sanitize their hands, etc. For this year, so the honor code, almost all of the work actually for now is going to be online. And I want to just make it very clear about where I stand with the honor code. Normally I will give one warning before I give out an honor code violation, but then I follow the school's protocol, which was sent out in a bunch of Skyward blasts at the beginning of the school year. Turning in, if a student and another student turn in the same assignment, that is considered an honor code violation. It's not simply just cheating on a quiz, etc. With the nature of this school year, there's going to be a lot of online work. Like I said, almost all of my work is online. And I just want parents to be aware that I'm not tolerating honor code violations. Attendance is also going to be really important for those face-to-face students coming to school for my Seminole Connect, making sure they're there on time. Make sure that you refer to they have 5 minutes to get into class, and then if they're later than 15 minutes, I'm marking them absent, etc. Then participation, I expect everybody to participate, regardless if you're on Seminole Connect or on face-to-face. Everybody needs to be participating, answering questions, etc. I will be having tutoring by request. It can be either face-to-face in my classroom or via WebEx, typically on Tuesdays, but again, since it's all by request, then you just have to let me know. If multiple students want to have, say in chemistry, multiple people want to cover converting, we could have a group session with keeping them socially distanced, or I can also have people on WebEx as well. For marine science specifically, so if your student's not in marine science, then you do not need to pay attention to this part. But for marine science, there's an assignment called the field guide, and there's a whole module to it for it in eCampus. This is their 9 weeks exam. So please, please, please stress to your students how important that one assignment is worth 20% of their grade. Okay, so I have a pretty lenient absent and late work policy. If you're absent, just like the county says, you get 1 day for every day you're absent. Though because of the nature of the course this year, everything I do is online. Every lecture is recorded, every assignment we're doing, everything is on eCampus. So that means tests and quizzes need to be made up within 1 week. And if you're absent 1 day, you're still expected to take the test or quiz unless there's some very specific circumstance, which you can reach out to me about. Just because the students know when all of their tests and quizzes are going to be per unit. So I list the dates at the beginning of the unit. If your student has trouble turning things on time, if you are in chemistry or marine science, you lose a point every week. If you're in AP environmental science, you lose a point every day. So making sure that you get those assignments turned in. Most of the assignments are only worth 10 points. So you can start losing points pretty quickly. For the marine science and all of the courses, you just need laptop, you. Headphones, especially if I'm ever out, I'll definitely have videos on there for students to watch. For chemistry and AP Environmental Science, you're going to need something to write with in a notebook. A composition book, a notebook, doesn't really matter, a folder with paper in it, something that is your chemistry or your AP Environmental Science notes. And then you might want to get a scientific notation calculator. The one pictured here, the TI-30, they're like $15. I recommend those. They work really well, especially if the math we're doing in AP is not going to be very difficult, and then they work great for chemistry. I have a class set, so if your student is face-to-face, we can sanitize them in between use, and I have a class set here, but I recommend these over the calculator on your computer if you are at home. Okay, so let's talk about my eCampus. So this is my AP homepage, but all of them pretty much look the same. They have a little welcome, and then you will start to see the modules. So you can see the first module is Classroom Resource, but then you'll start seeing other modules. So this is the chemistry page. So we see here we have Unit 1, I divide everything up into the units or quarters, and then you can click on the module, and that will take you to this. The very first thing is our daily lessons, which we're going to get into in a minute. And then everything else in that module is all the assignments, files, lectures. So for example, this is the marine science chapters 1 and 2. So there's a discussion we did on the first day. Here's the PowerPoint for the whole entire unit. Here's our chapter 1 recorded lecture. You can see our chapter 2 recorded lecture is down here. All of the assignments, different files, all of that is going to be in here. But if you click on that daily lessons, and every one of my courses has a daily lessons, you'll see what we do day to day. I try to hyperlink everything in here. So for example, this is AP Environmental. So they have bell work, and then what we're going to do, this was our first day, then on the next day, everything that we do, I also will put supplemental videos in there for them to review concepts. But daily lessons is where you need to go to see what we did in class that day. And I typically update this as we go. So in class, if I need to add something to it, if we did something extra, I'll be adding in here. And this is where we can find your homework. And then for AP, I also have your recommended reading. My lab safety form in my syllabus is a Google Doc this year. If your students are a Google form, if your students have not done this with you, make sure they have done it. They should have done it with you. But you fill out the form. Your student gives their name. They tell me if they're face-to-face. They give me your contact information. You guys agree to my syllabus, agree to the lab safety form. And then right before you submit, there is a classroom donation wish list. These are things that I am requesting. It's just disinfectant wipes, spray, extra hand sanitizer, alcohol pads, electronic screen wipes, paper towels, tissues. Some of this is to use in the lab. Some of it's in the classroom. We do have ample amount of cleaning supplies right now, so do not worry if you're a face-to-face student. I have lots of cleaning supplies, but you can never have too many right now. Some other information, I try to update Skyward every week, so I do try to do that weekly. Normally I will update on Fridays or Thursdays. If there's an NTI there, it has not been submitted. Just a reminder, you need to make up tests and quizzes within 1 week, and then you'll lose, for missing assignments, you'll lose a point a week, or AP a point a day. For labs, I'm sure some of you are interested. Right now we're starting off with digital labs, just because of everything that we're doing with social distancing, etc. We're starting out with digital labs. I am going to be test running a combination face-to-face Seminole Connect lab with my marine science class in about 2 weeks, I think. I'd have to look it up. We're going to see the practical portion will be done by the face-to-face students with an optional, if they want to do it at home, portion. And the face-to-face and Seminole Connect will be in chats together, doing it together. We're going to see how that goes. My goal is for quarter 2 to kind of create lab kits or lab packages that will be picked up once per quarter, and then the labs for the whole quarter. Still working on putting all that together. I kind of have to see the logistics of it, but that is what I'm attempting to do. If you guys have any more questions, I know I went through a lot of that material pretty quickly, please email me, smithsz12@mycps.us, or the long version, scps.k12.fl.us. Please, please, please email me any questions you have. Just let me know. I hope everybody has a great evening, and it was hope to get to know you.